Good day, everyone. This will be the last topic for this semester, and GNED 10 or Gender and Society. So, this lecture is entitled Gender and Violence. Ayan. So, um, before tayo mag-start ng discussion, ano nga ba ang gender and violence? Let us discuss first what is violence. Ayan. The meaning of violence, we have violence is an extreme form of aggression such as assault, rape, or murder. So, violence, since it inflicts wounds that sometimes can be visible or invisible. So, meron siyang mga causes. Ayan. First one, it may cause frustration, lalo na dun sa victim or dun sa perpetrator also. Next, exposure to violent media. I know that something happened recently before lang magpasko. Though I know you're well aware of it kasi nakita ko yung iba sa inyo na sinishare yung link for that, no? Yung mag-ina, ayan. Sometimes, yung exposure din natin, too much in media, can cause violence. Ayan. Next, violence in the home or in the neighborhood. And tendency to see other people's actions as hostile even when they are not. Ayan. Yung once na nakakakita tayo or nakaka-scene tayo ng violence, yan, it may also cause us na maging violent din to other people. Pero hindi sa lahat ng oras. Pero sometimes, ayan, lalo na yung when we witness violence, not just at home, pero dun sa ating neighborhood, ganyan. So, it may also cause some people to inflict wound to others. So next, increase the risk of aggression, such as drinking, insult, and other provocational and environmental factors like the heart and overcrowding. Ayan. Violence may also cause yung pagiging agresibo ng tao pagdating sa mga bagay-bagay. Lalo na yung may mga tao, diba, na konting galit, ayan, hindi rin nila mapigilan yung pagiging violent nila. Ayan. Also, yung drinking, yan. Since alcohol is a form of drug, lalo na sa utak natin, ayan, it may lead to us, or it may lead us sometimes for being violent. Next, insult and other provocationals. Yan yung mga scenarios sa ating environment and your emotions natin. Ayan, that may also cause violence. Next, what is gender-based violence? Ayan, ito yung dapat natin i-discuss at pag-usapan at pag-focusan this day. So, gender and violence or gender-based violence refers to any type of harm that is perpetrated against a person or group of people because of their factual or perceived sex, gender identity, and or sexual orientation. So, yan. And remember, class, na kahit sinong tao o kahit sino ay pwedeng makaranas ng gender-based violence. Yan. And gender-based violence, meron perpetrator at merong victim always. Ayan. So, any form of violence, merong perpetrator at merong victim. And naka-focus kasi ang gender-based violence on their factual or perceived sex. Ayan. Pwede maging kasama dito yung bullying. And maybe gender-based violence could be physical. Ayan. Any form or anything related to gender. So next, it is based on an imbalance of power. Sometimes people tend to see themselves as superior or mas mataas sa maraming tao dun sa kapwa pa nila. So, nangyayari yung gender-based violence because of imbalance of power. Kasi nakikita ng ibang tao na, ay wait lang, kayang-kaya ko to. Kayang-kaya ko to. Ganyan. So, ang nangyayari is, parang since they see themselves as mas mataas sa kanila, no? Na aabusin nila yung kanilang power. So next is, and is carried out with the intention to humiliate. Ayan. They have the intention to humiliate or para ipahiya yung tao na yon at iparamdam sa kanila na mas, uy, teka lang, mas mataas ako sa'yo. Mas kayang-kaya kita. Mas kaya kita. Ganyan. Kayang-kaya kita ipahiya. Person or group of people feel inferior or subordinate. Ayan. And make a person or group of people feel inferior and or subordinate. So, yan yung pinaka-product or yan yung pinaka-result of that kind of intention. The next one, gender-based violence. Ayan, these are the common types of gender-based violence, which is the sexual, physical, verbal, psychological, or sometimes we call as emotional or socio-economic, and it can take in many forms. I will be discussing some of the examples in these four types. So this will be, or these are the very common na gender-based violence among us in our society. So, magdi-discuss ako ng ilang example later on. Kasi meron pa akong mga separate na PPT for this four. So, yan. Next, violence against women. Ayan. Here in the Philippines o dito sa ating bansa, meron tayong law states that it helps protect or ito yung tumutulong para pumotekta sa kababaihan at sa kanilang mga anak. Ayan, sa kabataan. So, violence against women is also called as women become victims of all forms of violence. Most commonly, and sad to say, battering, rape, sexual harassment, female genital mutilation, and other practices harmful to women simply because they are women and occupy a subordinate status in the society. Yeah. So, hindi naman sa pagiging bias, but most of the reported cases were always against women. Yeah. Women would be the victim of violence. And so next one we have, these are the common forms of violence. So I already told you kanina kung ano to. So first one, we have physical violence. So physical violence is an act that includes physical bodily harm, bruises, cuts, or broken bones, anything that's related to your body na nagmamarka and yun nagpapasa, o ba, nagkakasugat kayo, or nagkakaroon ng mga broken na buto, yan, pilay, dislocated na bones, yan, na kinos ng ibang tao, that is form of physical violence. Next, sexual violence. Ito yung the use of sexual act wherein the abuser forces the coercers the woman to engage in sex or any sexual activity she finds unacceptable. So meaning to say there is no consent o walang consent dun sa victim. So meaning to say forceful ang mga pangyayari. So they hindi humihingi ng permission yung perpetrator na gawin to dun sa victim. And sexual acts to ha. Yan. So maselan talaga to sexual violence type of violence na to. Next, first one, ito yung pinaka-common na sexual violence which is rape or acts of also acts of lasciviousness. Ayan. So rape is the common one. And dito, class in other country, sa pagdating sa rape, hindi lamang babae ang nagiging victim. Men can also be a victim of rape as long as the sexual intercourse is unconsented. Ayan, hindi naman parehas ginusto. And then, nagkaroon ng perpetration or forceful kind of things to have sex with other people. So that would be rape. So next one, we have acts of lasciviousness. When we say acts of lasciviousness kasi class, people were touching you to other parts of your body and without your consent. So that is acts of lasciviousness. So as or gumagamit sila ng mga bagay just to gratify themselves. So that would be acts of lasciviousness. Basta they are touching you or using that kind of object for their sexual gratification without your consent. And next, treating victims as sex objects. Ayan. Remember that sex victims were not always or is not a sex object. And minsan nga when it comes to rape cases, dami ko nababasa. May kasi nababasa ng comment section sa Facebook. So, ang dami ko nababasa at nakakalungkot lamang na many of the Filipino, pagdating sa balita, lalo ng balita ay rape, they tend to victim blame, no? Yung mga victims ng sexual harassment or ng rape. Kasi kasalanan niya yan, ganito, ganito kasi siya, yan, kababae mong tao, ganyan, yan. Tapos, kasi kung sino-sino kasama mo, blah, 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 ganyan. Remember that there won't be violence if there is no perpetrator. Always remember that, ha? So, yan. Next, making demeaning or sexually suggestive remarks. Ayan. Lalong-lalo na kung sobrang sexist nuin yung topic. Ayan. And always remember that every person is not an object. Ayan. So, be careful dun sa mga remarks ninyo regarding sexual acts. And next, physically attacking the sexual parts of the victim's body. Ayan. So, sabihin na natin na there are times na hindi mo natin sinasadya na masasagi natin yung isang part ng body ng ibang tao, lalo na yung mga masasela. But, if it is really intentional, and naulit-ulit ng ilang beses, that could be an example of sexual violence. Kasi walang consent doon sa victim. Kahit sabihin ba natin na hindi nag-inflict ng wound sa kanila, hindi siya nag-inflict ng kahit anong bruise, ganyan. But, kung nagkaroon ng uneasiness or feeling dun sa part ng victim, that could lead to sexual violence. Ayan. So, kasi, there are times na may mga acts, sexually acts, lalo din sa Philippines, na hindi acceptable sa karamihan. And the next one we have, okay, this is the continuation. Forcing to watch obscene publication and indecent show. Yan, lalo na kung ayaw naman ng tao na panoorin yung type of show na yun, pero pinipilit nyo siya. That could also be an example of sexual violence. Next, forcing wife and mistress to live in conjugal home or sleep together in the same room with the abuser. Ayan. Usapang kabit, usapang asawa. Ayan. So, merong reported cases ganito. Lalo yung iba na mapaki-MJS pa ngayon magkasama sila sa isang bahay, no? So, here in the Philippines, yung pag-aasawa ng marami or polygamy is not common, lalo na kung ikaw ay Catholic or Christian. So, yun. And if you're forcing your wife na patirahin mo yung mistress mo dun sa bahay, that is a big no-no. If it is not part of a cultural practice. Lalo na kung hindi siya parte ng cultural practice, no? Basta anything that forces people to do something when related to sexual, so that could be an example of sexual violence. Prostituting the woman or the child. This is a very common problem in our society. Isa to. Prostitution. It is really illegal in our country to prostitute a woman in the child. Ayan. Lalong-lalo yung iba, nakita ko na bata pa lang, imbis na naglalaro sila, they are involved in sexual acts. And minsan, ang nagiging nagtuturo pa sa kanila is yung mga magulang or someone related to them. Ayan. Next, attempting to cause the victim to engage in any sexual activity by force. Ayan. So, pinipilit nyo o pinipilit kayo ng isang tao to do something sexual activity. Ayan. Kahit ayaw nyo naman. So, that is an example of sexual violence. Next, after sexual violence, we have economic abuse. It is on any acts that make or attempt to make a woman feel financially dependent. Ayan, anything. Yung lalo na sa mag-asawa, yung ginigipit nila yung kanilang partner when it comes to budget. Withdrawal of financial support yan. Minsan yung mga mag-asawa na naghihiwalay, kung kanino man mapunta yung mga bata, no? Some of that, kinakat nila yung financial support nila dun sa bata. Next, preventing women from engaging in any legitimate profession. Ayan. It could lead to economic abuse. Kasi meron mga lalaki talaga na they feel superior about themselves. And ayaw nilang bigyan ng way yung kanilang partner to grow more. And ayaw nilang pagtrabahuin even though talaga namang hindi kaya. Nang sila lang na mag-isa. Next, destroying the household property. Ayan, that could be an example of economic abuse. Lalo na if can inflict emotional wound and maghihirap kayo literally for the financial. Next, after that, this is the very last, psychological abuse. Psychological abuse is our acts or omission or causing or likely to cause mental or emotional suffering of the victim, but not limited to. Number one, intimidation. And intimidating other people na nagkakasahan niya psychologically or emotionally ng harm. And pwede yun maging example of psychological abuse. Next, harassment. Any form of harassment can cause psychological damage to other people's life. Next is stalking. Ayan. Medyo nakakatakot ng part na to. Tipo, may sumusunod sa'yo, sunod mo na siya kilala. Lahat ng gawain mo, alam niya. No? It is the creepiest kind of psychological abuse. Next, damage to property. So, any property ng victim. Public ridiculous humiliation. Yan. Yung pagpapahiya in public that can cause psychological issues dun sa person, dun sa victim. Next, repeated verbal abuse. Ayan. Minsan kasi may mga words tayo na nasasabi na beyond na on our control. And minsan di natin na mapapansin na nagkakos na tayo ng emotional suffering dun sa tao. Next is marital infidelity. So yan, yung pangangalunya. That can also cause psychological abuse. Yan. If there are violence, there are law in the Philippines that tend to help us para maipagtanggol natin yung sarili natin. So first one, meron pa pala, I have a continuation. So next one, allowing the victim to witness the physical, sexual, psychological abuse of member of the family. So yung mga tao na witness nitong different forms of violence na nabanggit ko, specifically when it's physical, sexual, or psychological, meron ding effect sa kanila yun, or may mga effect din sa witness nung isang form of violence yung nakikita niya. No? It can be traumatic to them. Kasi yun yung tatak sa kanilang isipan. So that can also be an example of psychological abuse. Next, witness pornography in any form. Image man yan, video man yan, audio man yan. Can also, meron din siyang effect dun sa victim, lalo na kung forceful yung act. Next, witness abusive injury to pets. Ayan, any form of aggression na ma-feel or may pa-feel natin sa ating kapwa that may harm them emotionally. It can also cause psychological abuse, or that is also an example of psychological abuse. Next, deprivation of the right to custody or visitation of common children. And that can also be an example of psychological abuse. So, ito na. So, if there are violence in our society, syempre, we have the law, no, to protect the citizens. Ginagawa po ang law ng government to protect the citizens. So first one, we have RA 9262. What is RA 9262? It is also called as the Anti-Violence Against Women and the Children Act of 2004. So anong ginagawa nito? It is an act defining violence against women and their children, providing for protective measure for victims, prescribing penalties, therefore, and other purposes. Nakalagay dito sa batas na to kung ano nga ba yung different forms of violence to women and their children. So as what are the protective measures na pwedeng gawin ng batas na to sa both parties? Also, ano ba yung pwedeng maging penalty? And ano nga ba yung form of violence na sakop ng batas na to? So, yan. Next, remember that RA 9262 is Anti-Violence Against Women and Their Children Act of 2004. So next one, we have Republic Act 8353. Republic Act 8353 is also known as the Anti-Rape Law of 1997. So it is about the act of expanding the definition of crime of rape, reclassifying the same as crime against persons, amending for the purpose Act number 3815 as amended, otherwise known as Revised Penal Code, and for the purposes. So dito nakalagay or dito nakasaad sa batas na to yung paano nga ba yung pwedeng maging punishment and what are the types of rape na punishable by law. And how does this law protect other people? And next one, after Republic Act 8353 and Republic Act 9262, we have Republic Act 11313. So Republic Act 313 is known as Safe Spaces Act. Safe Spaces Act is napirmahan lang siya ni President Duterte last year lang po. So bago lang siya. Last year, wala to sa aking PPT o wala to sa aking lesson. So, Safe Spaces Act, it can also be known as Bawal ang Bastos Act, and it is an act defining gender-based sexual harassments in streets, public spaces, online, workplace, educational or training institution, providing protective measures and prescribing penalties. Therefore, ayan. So, it aims to protect any form of gender-based sexual harassment. So, kasama dito sa batas na to ang men. So, what are the different types of sexual harassment na maranasan natin? And ano nga ba yung mga safety measures? And ano ba yung pwede maging penalty ng mga perpetrators for this act? Ayan. So, last, we have Republic Act 877, or also known as the Anti-Sexual Harassment Act of 1995. So yeah, it is an act declaring sexual harassment unlawful in the employment, education, or training environment and for other purposes. So almost the same na sila no Safe Spaces Act, pero mas malawak na yung sa law ng Safe Spaces Act. So yeah. So that would be the end, or this would be the end of our discussion. Thank you for listening, and any form of question will be entertained. Just kindly send me a PM. So after this, I hope na you will come up with a gender and development advocacy. Thank you and God bless everyone. I hope na you enjoy this semester. Thank you and God bless.